faithfulness, oh Lord, great is thy faithfulness. That happens to be one of my favorite hymns. But my testimony is this. You all know a little bit about Joshua's story educationally in Little Rock. How the war that we are in, the war that we've been in. And God's just been sending resources and helping. On Friday, an expert came to my house to observe Joshua at the expense of the school district. And we hit it off just like that. She's got connections at USC, and she told me that the people that she knows are very much interested in helping African American kids who would never have a chance to go to for such a fine institution to get there. Nobody but God set that woman in my house. Amen. When she left, I had to fax her some of the documents that Joshua had written out, some journal entries about the abuse that he's been going through. And I called her to tell her, turn your fax machine on because I'm getting ready to send you some of these documents. She called, she says, oh, well, I just sent you an email and it should be very interesting to you. And I said, well, thank you. So I went in my bedroom, I turned my computer on, and lo and behold, there was an email to me informing me about an article in the New York Times newspaper on Friday. And the article in the New York Times newspaper on Friday had the headlines, suspensions lead to legal challenge. And I've been asking God, to send us an attorney, which we are still believing by faith for. But this article was so powerful because apparently there is a historical trend in the nation to keep African American boys from getting their education in every state. And in North Carolina, they've been doing it so bad. They've been literally just kicking the kids out and not even allowing them to come back, that it has gotten to the point where Duke University Law School is going to argue before the Supreme Court on Monday morning the issue of suspensions. And this child was being suspended every other day, every other day, every other day. And I told you last Sunday that God spoke to me and said, if you back up, I will step in. And I had confessed to somebody, maybe I was speaking prophetically, I don't know, but I was speaking to somebody out there prior to this happening that if I have to take this all the way to the Supreme Court, God is going to vindicate my son. God is going to straighten it out. So when I read the article in the New York Times, I couldn't help but sit there at the computer and rejoice because God got people all over this nation to help resolve whatever problem you have. And we don't live in North Carolina, but the impact of this argument that's going to be heard on Monday morning is going to affect this little black boy right here. Amen. And undoubtedly every other one that's going through the same type of thing quietly as the system tries to wreak havoc on them educationally and academically. I thank God for the high court in heaven. I thank God. I praise the name of Jesus. Because God said, I'm the judge. That's right. I set one up and I put one down. And there's nobody that can do what I do. Hallelujah. So I just had to give my testimony about that because that was like a miracle. I wasn't even expecting that. And it's an awesome thing. So I want you all to just be in agreement when you're praying that the decision comes out to benefit those low-income kids down in North Carolina, and the impact of that decision will also affect my child. Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah. Thank God for, see how God does things? And you see, she stepped back. See, she was like this. She was too close up on the situation. She was too close on her son. It's her son, and it's normal for a mama to be close to trying to work things out. Come on now. That's the natural reaction. But when God stepped in, God said, step back and watch me. Look what God done in just in a week's time. In a week's time. Come on now, y'all need to get excited with them because there will be some times when you need something. And you can look back and say, God, you did it for her, you can do it for me. Amen.
On this week, I had an opportunity to talk to someone via the telephone. Never met the young man. Never met him before. I talked to him on the phone, talked to his former pastor, which is a friend of mine, Pastor David Horn. Remember we met him when we did the prayer breakfast and about the mentoring program.